In the ever-evolving landscape of human connections, we often find ourselves navigating the complexities of relationships. Whether it's the pursuit of a soulmate or the desire to cultivate deeper bonds, the path to fulfilling relationships can be both exhilarating and challenging. One crucial aspect of this journey is the process of zeroing out or resetting before embarking on the new era of relationships. Each of us goes through periods where we lose everything, even our surroundings, in order to find ourselves and manifest the love within. This is a necessary step in entering the new era of twin flames relationships. The old ways of relating, rooted in survival, comfort, and material gain, no longer serve us. Instead, we must let go of these deeply ingrained patterns and embrace a new foundation for our connections. The process of zeroing out can be profoundly painful. Everything that once worked no longer does, and the previous meanings we ascribe to our relationships become irrelevant. Our wounds and traumas surface, and our preconceptions about relationships crumble. This transition can be challenging as we are conditioned to seek love and validation from external sources. In this reading, we will explore 3 key aspects that will help you make the paradigm shift necessary to initiate your twin flame union. These aspects are shifting the focus inward, the importance of self-love, and embracing the transformation. Let us dive in. The act of zeroing out signifies our departure from the old scripts and programs encoded within our minds and DNA. It is a journey through our deepest fears, such as betrayal, unworthiness, and loneliness. This process allows us to shed the multi-layered distortions in the paradigm of intimate relationships, layer by layer. It is a necessary step to pave the way for the relationships of the new era. The foundations of relationships in the old paradigm were primarily focused on survival, comfort, material gain, and personal growth. The individual's ego was at the center, dictating the dynamics between partners. In contrast, the relationships of the new era are built on a foundation of collaborative creation, spiritual and material growth, and a balance between the earthly and the divine. Here, partners support each other's evolution and development, and their spiritual essences interact to transform their individual personalities into more holistic beings. In the old paradigm of relationships, our focus was primarily outward, on our partner, their behaviors, their ability to meet our needs, and make us feel loved. We became consumed with monitoring the external dynamics, constantly seeking validation, affirmation, and proof of love from the other person. This external locus of control left us feeling drained, insecure, and dependent on our partner's actions for our sense of worth and lovability. However, in this new era, we are being called to make a profound shift, to turn our focus inward and discover the infinite source of love that resides within us. Rather than frantically searching for crumbs of love outside ourselves, we must realize that we are a vast, overflowing vessel of love, acceptance, and belonging. Imagine a river that has been dammed and diverted, with its waters stagnating and unable to flow freely. Shifting the focus inward is like removing that dam and allowing the river to return to its natural course, its waters brimming with life-giving force. When we remove the internal blocks and open the floodgates to the love within, It courses through us, hydrating every cell of our being with self-acceptance, self-worth, and self-reverence. This is not a narcissistic love, but rather a love that sees the divine essence within us, a love that honors our perfectly imperfect humanity, a love that says, I am enough, just as I am at this moment. From this space of inner fullness, we no longer need to manipulate, control, or extract love from others. We simply allow our cup to overflow, sharing our authenticity and abundance with our partner. The Indian mystic Osho beautifully expressed, love is not a relationship, love is a state of being. When we make this inner shift, love is no longer something we get from another, but a state we embody and emanate. Our relationships then become a sacred dance between two whole, overflowing beings, sharing their love rather than two half beings trying to extract it from each other. In this new paradigm, the focus turns to developing an intimate friendship with ourselves first, tending to our own needs, healing our wounds, nurturing our growth. We fill ourselves up energetically, emotionally, mentally, so that we approach our partner from a space of wholeness rather than neediness. The relationship then becomes an opportunity for mutual exploration, expression, and expansion rather than a system of scoring and keeping tabs. Ultimately, shifting the focus inward is about realizing that the love you've been desperately seeking from others has been inside you all along, patiently awaiting your discovery. It's a homecoming to the truth of who you are, a being of infinite love, wholeness, and divine radiance. At the core of the transition to the new era of relationships lies the pivotal practice of self-love. For eons, we have been conditioned to seek love, validation, and acceptance from external sources, our partners, families, friends, and society at large. However, this outward gaze has left us feeling perpetually incomplete, chasing an elusive sense of worthiness that can never be fully satiated from the outside. Self-love is the antidote to this age-old egoistic pattern. It is the profound realization that we are the source of the very love we have been seeking. Like a seed that contains the blueprint for a mighty oak tree, we each possess the essence of divine love within our core. Yet, to allow this seed to blossom, we must tend to it with the nurturing waters of self-acceptance, self-compassion, and self-care. When we embark on the journey of self-love, we begin to see ourselves through the lens of unconditional acceptance. We embrace our flaws and imperfections as part of our unique beauty, rather than perceiving them as defects to be fixed or hidden. We learn to speak to ourselves with kindness and compassion, offering the same gentle understanding we would extend to a dear friend. As we cultivate self-love, we also become attuned to our deepest needs and desires. We learn to set healthy boundaries, honoring our values and prioritizing our well-being. This newfound self-respect empowers us to make choices that align with our authentic selves, rather than compromising our integrity to please others. Perhaps most profoundly, self-love allows us to heal the wounds of the past that have kept us trapped in cycles of self-doubt and self-sabotage. By shining the light of love and acceptance on our inner landscapes, we can tenderly tend to the parts of ourselves that have been neglected or rejected, integrating them into the wholeness of who we are. In the words of the renowned author and speaker Brené Brown, owning our story and loving ourselves through that process is the bravest thing that we'll ever do. Indeed, self-love is an act of profound courage, for it requires us to shed the limiting beliefs and societal conditioning that have kept us small and disconnected from our inherent worth. As we deepen in self-love, we begin to emanate a magnetic field of self-assurance and inner radiance that attracts healthy, nourishing connections. We no longer seek love from a place of lack or desperation, but rather extend it freely from the overflowing wellspring within us. Our relationships become sacred mirrors, reflecting back to us the love we have cultivated for ourselves. The journey of zeroing out and transitioning into the new era of relationships is one of profound transformation, a metamorphosis that reshapes us at the core of our being. Like a caterpillar entering its chrysalis, we must surrender to the process of shedding our old forms and identities, allowing the essence of who we truly are to emerge in all its radiant beauty. This transformation is not merely an intellectual shift or a change in perspective. It is a visceral, embodied experience that permeates every fiber of our existence. It is a descent into the depths of our psyches, a reckoning with the shadows and limiting beliefs that have kept us tethered to the old paradigms of relating. Imagine a phoenix, that mythical bird of renewal, willingly surrendering itself to the flames, allowing its physical form to be consumed by the purifying fire. As it burns, it releases all that no longer serves its highest evolution: the tattered feathers, the accumulated debris, the outdated patterns. What remains is the indestructible essence, the eternal spark of life that cannot be extinguished. In our own journey of transformation, we too must be willing to surrender all that we have outgrown: the codependent tendencies, the fear-based coping mechanisms, the stories of unworthiness and scarcity that have kept us small. We must let go of the familiar, even if it feels like losing a part of ourselves, for it is only through this release that we can birth the new. The process can be excruciating as we confront the deepest layers of our wounding and conditioning. We may feel as though we are being unmade, unraveled down to the very threads of our existence. Yet, it is precisely this undoing that allows for the reweaving of a new tapestry, one that is aligned with the vibrant hues and sacred geometries of the new era. Throughout this metamorphosis, we must cultivate a deep trust in the intelligence of the universe and the perfection of our soul's journey. Like the caterpillar, we may feel constricted and uncomfortable within the chrysalis, but this is merely a necessary stage in our becoming. We must surrender to the mystery, allowing the alchemy of transformation to work its magic without resistance or force. As we embrace this process, we begin to shed the limiting beliefs and patterns that have kept us trapped in unfulfilling cycles of relating. We release the need to control or manipulate our partner, recognizing that true intimacy arises from a space of radical acceptance and freedom. We let go of the fear of abandonment and the desperation to be loved, for we have discovered the inexhaustible wellspring of love within ourselves. With each layer that falls away, we become more attuned to the divine blueprint that guides us towards our highest expression. we begin to embody the qualities of the new era: authenticity, vulnerability, collaboration, and a reverence for the sacred within ourselves and our partners. This metamorphosis is not a one-time event, but an ongoing spiral of growth and evolution. Each time we surrender to the fires of transformation, we are reborn anew, shedding yet another layer of limitation and expanding into greater realms of love, freedom, and co-creation. Ultimately, embracing the transformation is an act of radical trust, a willingness to let go of the known and step into the mystery of our becoming. It is a journey of immense courage and vulnerability, but one that promises to unveil the breathtaking beauty of our authentic selves and pave the way for the sacred unions of the new era. The path to the new era of relationships is one of profound transformation, where we shed the old paradigms and embrace a new foundation of love, growth, and spiritual connection. By shifting our focus inward, cultivating self-love, and embracing the transformation, we can pave the way for the twin flames bond, a sacred union that transcends the limitations of the past and ushers in a new era of fulfillment and authenticity. Remember, the journey may be not easy, but the rewards are immeasurable. As you navigate this path, trust in the wisdom of your heart, for it is there that the true essence of love resides. Embrace the process of zeroing out and allow yourself to be reborn into a world where love, growth, and connection are the guiding principles of your relationships. May your journey be filled with courage, self-discovery, and the unwavering belief that the love you seek has always been within you, waiting to be embraced and shared with the world.